Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of World Talks here on TVP World. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee, and please join me and my guest in this next interview. Now, Poland prepared to mark Armed Forces Day with its largest ever military parade, featuring thousands of troops, modern equipment, and international allies. But the celebrations come amid a more complex reality. While Warsaw projects strength, the Polish armed forces are reportedly facing challenges including personnel shortages, aging equipment, and gaps in leadership experience. Joining us today on TVP World to unpack where Poland's armed forces truly stand is retired Lieutenant Colonel Krzysztof Płatek, former spokesperson for Euroscorp, with first-hand insight into both operational capabilities as well as institutional challenges. Hello, sir, and welcome to TVP World.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
So, my first question is, well, we're seeing this very large-scale military parade, and I'm wondering what message Poland is hoping to send with this Armed Forces Day celebration this year.
Of course, military parade is a show of force. It's natural. The message is not only to interior message to our society, it's also a message sent abroad, to especially to Russia. That Polish army is ready and can and have enough defense capabilities to stop the potential aggression. So that's the main purpose to show this. But also, every military parade is a very big logistic challenge, because a lot of equipment have to move from many locations to the Warsaw. And also there is a big challenge to coordinate all of this equipment to go in proper one after another, yeah. Right. So and also there is we have to mention that there is one more additional element this year: the Navy parade in the Baltic Sea. So yes, we can say that it's the biggest one.
That's very interesting that you mentioned how logistical challenge is also a very big factor in conducting these type of military parade. Would you say that the fact that Poland is able to carry it out also shows a very good level of coordination between the units?
Yes, we see that the units can cooperate very closely, and it shows the skills of the commanders and of the soldiers. But of course, you mentioned about the problems with the manpower, with the recruitment process. Yes, and it's true that now we are facing with these challenges because young generations are not so interested in joining the army. Because they have a lot of maybe wealthier, maybe better opportunities in private sector. So the case is how to encourage them to join the army. Right. Next thing is the problem with military reserves, with the personnel who already served and now should be trained with the modern equipment, because a lot of these people exercised before on the post-Soviet equipment. And we already sent a lot of this equipment to Ukraine. It was a necessary move, necessary step, but we did this. We have done this. So now we have to retrain these people. So we have to prepare a lot of reserves, because we have to know that every war is finished by the reserves. The professional army is just the first line of defense.
Well, so it does sound like a kind of a issue that the Polish army have to face, because it has a very ambitious plan to build a 300,000 strong force. Is that still realistic in today's climate, with what you're mentioning, perhaps younger people more reluctant to join the army?
Yes, it can be a problem. It can be a problem because, as I mentioned before, young people are not so interested in serving in the army because of the strict structure, the different management approach than in just private corporations. And also about it's the matter of salaries. So it's the next thing. But yes, the very big problem is demography of current society. And now we should take a look how South Korea solved this problem. They have a compulsory service in the army, and maybe we should redefine our approach. how to prepare this compulsory military service for the young men and women, because we should also think about service of women. Nowadays, we see this happens in Finland, also in Israel. The both genders serve in the army. So we have to find a method, find a way how to encourage them and how to prepare the professional training, because we cannot waste their time.
Right.
And they should get some skills, which it would be the best situation, which will be not only making them better professionals for the army purposes, but also on the private market.
That's actually a very, very interesting point you brought up, because like you mentioned, incentive is kind of an issue in younger people wanting to join the army right now. But perhaps if during the training process they also learn different life skills and kind of adopted the discipline of being a soldier, that would help them further their career path. Yeah. Maybe that is a way to integrate these younger people into the military and then later on integrate them into the society. Now, one of the things I also notice is that when people talk about Poland, a lot of discussion is about the 4 or 5% of GDP. A lot of money is spent on the Polish army, yet we still hear reports about the deteriorating equipment and personnel issues. Do you think that is purely a budgetary issue? Is it an allocation issue? Where do you think the problem is stemming from?
If we talk about financial issues, we have to just step back 1 year ago, because current management 1 year ago, I think, already have known what will happen next year, what will be the decisions of Minister of Finance, and they should prioritize what they are going to purchase, as, for instance, Apache Guardian helicopters. So we purchased we signed the biggest contract all over the world. We will be the second user after the US Army of Apache Guardian helicopters. Maybe we should redefine this, review, and say our American allies that, okay, we will struggle with some financial problems, budgetary problems. So now we are going only to sign a deal, sign a contract only for 64, 32. Okay, you accepted that you can sell us 96, but we can promise you we'll buy it later when we solve different problems. And we also have to purchase simultaneously infantry fighting vehicles in Polish industry. We have to purchase counter-drone systems. We have to adapt to the modern warfare. So we also have to buy a lot of unmanned aerial vehicles. So, okay, now we can purchase 32, and later on we'll buy the rest of the letter of acceptance helicopters, which were in letter of acceptance. So we have the financial problems, it's true, because during the COVID times, the special fund to face with the COVID challenges for economy, it was financed directly from state treasury, central budget. And now we hear the declarations that MOD, Minister of National Defense, has to cover the debt only from their own sources. So it can be a problem if it will happen like this. Also, the next thing is institutional problem. If we hear that current management of Ministry of National Defense wants to change the reforms of Armament Agency and reduce the competences of this institution without clarifying why are they doing this, it's not a good way. We should, in my opinion, strengthen this institution, because it's crucial for procurement processes and implementing the modern equipment into the Polish army. Of course, now we receive a lot of deliveries from the former contracts signed last year, and it will continue for next 8-10 years. because the contracts were signed for even 15 years, like for air defense systems. But there are still gaps in the Polish army military system, like still air defense against drones. So find a solution, because especially these systems are not so expensive. If we compare the cost of one F-35 jet, which costs approximately $90 million.
So a lot of it is all like about the prioritization.
Yes, it's again about prioritization, but we also hear problems with individual equipment of soldiers. It's a very cheap equipment.
Well, I do appreciate how you're helping us taking a look behind the scenes and how these, again, logistical management issue will have all this ripple effect. So I think today it also gives us even more appreciation about being able to carry out Armed Forces Day and kind of coordinate everything together. Thank you so much for your input and insight. Really appreciate it. And thanks for being with us on TV.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. And thank you for tuning into this edition of World Talks. For more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.